unanimous.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you with grateful hearts and thankful for the opportunity to serve our wonderful community. We ask for your guidance and wisdom in the decisions we make. May they be rooted in wisdom and compassion and fairness. We ask for your continued blessing in our community, in our county, its citizens, and all those who work hard to make it such a great place. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Any questions about the July 21 minutes?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously.
Copy.
Myra, you seconded that, right?
I did.
Okay, sorry, gosh.
We have a new hire in the appraiser's office, Ashley Savage, for personal property clerk at $16 an hour. I would make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried unanimously. Morning, Tony.
Well,
Do you have anything for us, or are you just waiting to hear from us?
completed the asphalt on Southeast Route 66, Willow Creek Bridge. Had trouble with the screed heat. Got them on that today, so then the next time we start up, we're gonna go do North 10th Street from Highway, which is on Corey's, Highway 69A to 366, and then cap over the culvert that we replaced there.
Is that south of the baseball field?
Yes, south.
That road cuts through
Yeah.
from the old highway over to,
It's-
Well, from the old highway, we got the way going west of 50,
all the 50th.
correct?
I was talking about east,
Okay.
doing that section and then going west over that for however far we got to get to good asphalt.
Like a quarter mile or something.
Yeah,
Cause I know the EPA's done a bunch of stuff down west.
yeah,
The east side is spider webbed out, something terrible.
yeah, and that's the issue we're in. I mean, trying to get potholes, the ones that we have to go and fix all the time to alleviate some of our running. That's all I got except for the spot on Northwest Bull Valley that I told you about, the ditch, where they filled that in.
Got the ditch deal?
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to look at that.
yeah.
And I think I wouldn't worry too much about that, Cody.
Well, it's illegal, so I mean, there's the state statute on it.
Yeah,
Well, I'm a citizen, I mean, can I go shut down my road? It's illegal.
do what?
I mean, I'm a citizen in District 2 as well, I mean, does that mean I can just go shut down my road if I wanted to? That's, at some
Well,
point, we
this
gotta
is
have rules.
their ditch, they're maintaining it, and they're in their 80s, and their place looks like a postcard, and the neighbors are fine with it. And I don't wanna, there are several other places here in the county that got that people fill their ditches in and keep them mowed.
Not under our watch, if there are, nobody's alerted us and we haven't saw them. That's our issue, is that we try to get on those whenever we know about them, to handle them right then, so that
You know,
they
but
don't.
I don't wanna do
stretch out.
anything, we're gonna leave this like it is.
Good.
There is an issue there, they have, and I'm sure you're aware of it too, the Lightning Creek east of their place. It's kinda got a dam on it, and that water stayed up this last thing a lot longer, but I don't know whose that property is on the south side of that, on Lightning Creek.
Back up and explain what you're talking about. John wasn't privy to the beginning of the conversation.
Oh.
What led up to this conversation right now?
One of their a citizen's neighbor called in that they hired somebody to fill in their ditch. We just done a bunch of work for them. Brian, it's been a while, 6 months prior. Brian and I met with them. They wanted to fill in the ditch. I explained to them that we could not fill in the ditch because of drainage. They were talking about mowing it. It was safe to mow. It's less than most people have to mow. We went, shaved off the edges on the roadside to make it even easier for them to mow. Replaced the culvert. It's got a brand new culvert in it. Spent our time there. Hadn't heard anything back from them, and then I received a call from their neighbor that they had paid somebody to completely fill in the ditch around the new culvert, everything. So
Why would we tolerate that?
Well,
It's against every policy we have.
we'll go out and look at it tomorrow.
What really doesn't
No,
matter what-
I'm gonna take you out and look at it. And, that's in my district. They're in their 80s. I don't care.
They had enough gumption to fill it in.
So they can
whenever
mow
their
it.
age,
They couldn't mow it.
Even with the new whistle and.
Well, they didn't
so you
need the
shut it
whistle,
off?
but they couldn't mow it. They're in their 80s. He's got bad hips, and she does too. She was raised on that place. Born and raised
A
there.
lot of sentiment going in it, just.
And, but what I'm saying is, they couldn't keep it mowed. They're afraid to get down there along, zero-turn mowers, they'll slide off the ditch. I've done that, I'm sure everybody else has too. But they keep it maintained, and there's no issue, the water, they're up here on this side, and that neighbor across the road, Fox, is over here. The water drains, comes across the road and into their yard. And they have no problem with that.
I'll go look with you, but it violates every policy.
Well, it might violate it, but I wanna leave it in my district like it is. If we're gonna violate that, I can show you not a jillion, but I
We
can tell
take
you,
care of them one at a time as they come to us. We don't go backwards.
I know, but I'm not gonna,
We'll look
I'm gonna
after
fight
it.
on this one.
Okay. Can you go after our meeting?
I'll go right now if you want to.
I don't think we need to go back now.
But I mean, no, that's fine.
Okay.
you guys have anything for me?
Anything?
The only thing I've got is, printed this map. This is where the new ambulance barn is supposedly gonna go. County owns all this. Had a contractor call last week, about the pad. The question is, and I think we'd have to get commission approval and Cody's approval about digging a pond back here for the field for that pad.
I think the first thing, done it months and months, they've known that they need to survey that. That's what we asked them to do when they came in here and asked us to,
I
They
thought
gave
I
us
saw
a drawing.
stakes. They didn't get it surveyed already?
not as of a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have no idea on the survey. All this from that yellow line south to this line is all county property.
Sure.
Yep.
And their proposal is it different than what it was when they first came in here?
I think the ambulance barn's going somewhere over here.
Can you mark on what you think they proposed? So you have a map of when they did come.
Somewhere in this area with wires.
I mean the amount of ground.
Right here
Okay.
Oh, all this L shape
is county.
is county property.
Well, I know it is, but they're not proposing all of that, are they?
No,
Yeah.
there's a pad that needs built right there.
They're
They
gonna
need
do
to
it.
fill dirt, and I was wondering about digging a pond back here, or wherever Cody would like, or his approval, to get the dirt to build that pad.
And
Because-
again, survey's number one. We asked them that a year ago.
Once that's all good, I would prefer it less for us to have to mow and maintain for them.
Can you mark? on that map somewhere back in that L shape, Cody, the place that you would prefer, if that's something that's decided?
This, where you drew your square is completely opposite of where I thought they were.
It's going straight north of the sheriff's department.
The new ambulance one.
Yeah.
Oh, you're marking where the pad's gonna be.
Yes.
I thought you were marking where the pond.
No.
Anywhere below that line would be, that's what will be remain to maintain, as far as I was told what the survey will show.
Okay.
So anywhere that there's bigger the better, less for us to mow.
Another big area right there.
Yep. Is that the right one for name the one I'm
Is
talking about?
that okay with the board?
I know there's more, but
I think
thought
we need
that
to
was
survey
right.
first.
Well, all I know is we're getting bids for the building. That's all I know.
They're getting a step ahead of themselves. They've had a year to get that survey. When they left here, that was gonna be the first step. They gave us a drawing of what they proposed and left here that they were to get the survey.
Okay. We'll check on that sometime this morning.
Have a great day.
Thank
Oh, wait, I did have Northeast Lawton, about a half a mile east of the highway, of 400. There's
Okay.
some holes there that could use a coal patch.
Northeast Lawton,
That's
right
all.
there at that hill, half
Pardon?
mile, you said half mile east?
Yes.
What about southeast 90th, south of Big Blackjack or 21st Street in Galena? Is it a total disaster? I meant to go by there this weekend after the EPA got done.
Yeah, I mean, the road's a whole disaster, to be honest, I mean, for years and years, but I didn't see any tremendous, damage from that project, although they stated to turn in whatever we spend on that section to that, where they did the project, the EPA. And then I was told that they were done with that route, and then I had received an email letting me know that he was incorrect whenever he told me that, and that they were not done with that, so as soon as I find out that they're for sure done with it, then we can go work on it, and then I'll just keep up my, costs and send it in to them and then see how that works. Because, I mean, all I know is we've been told that they're gonna pay for it. Hold on until they do it. Is that, I mean, does that sound good to you? As soon as I know that they're done with it, to go repair it as best we can?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's absolutely no reason to even touch it until they're gone and out there, but, anyway, yeah.
Okay. And then I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but I received a call. They're starting another EPA project down there on Star Road. All they're doing is bidding it out right now, so I don't have anything.
Down around
There's nothing
Southwest
locked in.
10th, isn't it?
Southwest 10th, but it's on
20th.
Star, between 10th and 20th. And this one sounds like they'll only be using that section in between 10th and 20th, so just a heads up.
Yeah, there's plenty of dump truck activity down there now.
Yeah, this'll be
No, it's
on top of whatever they got, so.
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, the one on Route 66 is insane, look how many trucks go in and out of there. Okay. I think that's all I got.
Friday evening, you, which aren't as old, but I figured you'd gone somewhere. But anyway, we had a guy called me and, up around 120th or south of McCune, that Pete's, McCune up there, that little,
Yeah,
not Pete's, but where that little convenience store is there, it's on the highway.
on 100.
Yeah, 100th. Directly south of that, down there about 2 miles, a tree blew across the road. Broke and fell across the road down there on that, where all them trees are at down in there. Anyway, I took my wife, she ran the chainsaw pretty good, so we went up there and, I got it drug off the road and pulled around on it. I pulled it, hooked onto the chain and just pulled it around, drug it. It's on the west side of the road and did
Okay.
it. But it's about like this, ash,
Okay.
and about 30 foot long. But anyway, we got it out of the road, but it was blocking the road. So it's, the grader had a hard time. The road's open, but there's that trees and this on the side. I just drug it around there.
Alrighty. Is that everything?
That is, thank you, Cody.
Do you want me to go see Heather? Maybe this is somebody coming up.
You know how much time Heather's gonna take?
I don't know. Ask her.
Can I give you this?
Jake, did you respond to Mac Young on the mold?
I didn't see an email from Macro.
Remember I gave you that letter a long time ago, and then Dave got the mold test and gave you the results last week?
Yeah, I remember the results last week. I don't know that I saw the results. I don't know if there was talk about the results. They were clear?
They were emailed to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Was Stephen, was he supposed to come?
He's not gonna be here, I don't think.
Oh, okay, that's why I was going to get them, because I was waiting on him,
Okay.
so,
Yeah, we'll just give it a minute or two.
but they're coming over, so.
I'll forward that to him.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey there.
Hello.
How are you ladies?
Good.
All right. Pull up a chair, Karen. You can be here.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
What is, do you remember what his name is?
She's got your back.
You mean the guy buying it?
Yeah, yeah, James Bruce. Yeah, I got it. I just had to write it.
James Cruz bought a property at the March of last year's tax sale. When the appraiser's office was drawing it out by the legal description, they realized that the legal description was wrong. We have talked to Chris multiple times on it, hoping that we could just have it surveyed, because he just wants to combine it to his property, because it's right there, kind of not really in the middle of his property, but his property surrounds it. And Chris said no, that we need to give him his money back of what he paid at the tax sale on it, and we'll have to look into getting the legal fixed before we can resell it, or we don't ever get the legal fixed. It'll just never sell. It'll sit there.
If we don't get the legal fix, what?
We can't sell it at a tax sale, and the owners are deceased.
Okay. So is it where it doesn't meet?
I think it's in the corner of this Cruz's property.
Right, but I mean the legal description itself.
I think
starts
they
somewhere
started at the wrong place. It's just nothing
Wrong corner
right.
section.
Like 2 blocks away.
And it's been that way for numerous years, and it just keeps going with this, so,
What, like the 1950s?
yeah,
Is this the same property we talked about like a week or two ago?
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
We've talked about it multiple times.
You talked about what?
We've talked about this property multiple
Oh,
times.
yeah.
and this guy's been very patient.
He has
Cruz
been.
has been very patient.
But we talked that if we could have it surveyed and then tell them that the starting bid has to at least cover the survey price at a tax sale, if we could do that and get this cleared out.
If the county would pay for a survey.
And then we, say, okay, it's gotta sell for at least this amount to cover that survey.
I don't know how the survey would help.
Well, it would be a correct legal.
Yeah, it'd
Cornerstone would
correct
make-
that legal.
We do a survey. But it's like $1,700.
So they would just basically change the corner section?
They would go out to that property and they would do a survey. I mean, just a regular survey, and it would have the correct legal.
And then the appraiser's office could get it re-entered correctly and.
So we're talking about, here's the legal, but here's what it actually is.
Yes.
So basically, they would be assuming what was the intended description, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to look at what they're starting with as illegal.
Larry made a good point in the last meeting. I'd like to see that title insurance that we paid for.
The title insurance does not look.
Or not insurance, but the
The
search.
title company is only looking for ownership. They're not mapping out legals. They're not going back to look at legals. And they only have
But
to go back.
They're telling us who owns it, and
Mhm.
the owner doesn't own something that doesn't, I don't know, start at the right place.
Right. And it's been that way since this was split off?
Yeah, it's a split off of that property
Since-
that I think the Cruzes had before it was the Cruzes property, I think. I think it was split way before then.
Yeah. I say because we've even sent Chris all the way back, as far back, I think the 1920s, as far back as we went, and sent Chris everything.
And I've sent it to Cornerstone too.
I wonder if we would have I don't know why we couldn't quitclaim deed it, and if they were willing to accept that, to quitclaim deed it, as is, no survey, no nothing.
You mean to the Cruzes?
Pardon?
To the Cruzes now?
Yes.
What are you gonna quit claim deed them?
I was
How are
gonna
you
say
gonna?
The same legal description, what we have, what is in the name of Cherokee County,
It's not in Cherokee County.
it's not in our name.
No.
No, it's
How-
in some deceased people's name, they just haven't paid the taxes to get the tax sale.
Right.
Okay.
And
Hasn't been forfeited.
What we advertise in the
Gotcha.
paper is really not the true legal to that property, that's why we can't let that.
So what was
Right.
actually
Yeah.
technically served on was not correct.
That was my point last week, is if the foreclosure documents had the wrong legal in them, the foreclosure is set aside and you have to go back, so it's still their property.
And when you do a tax sale, they only have to go back 10 years and look at the legal, and this goes back way past that 10-year mark.
So it's never gonna sell, I mean, it's never,
Unless
It's
we,
just gonna
unless
sit
we can
there.
get it fixed.
I don't know how a survey fixes it though. I mean,
Well, he said that they do a survey, go out there and survey that property and get the corners and everything, but our attorney would have to make a deed over to correct the legal for the county. Not for sure.
Have either of you drawn it out to see what it looks like?
I have not, Taylor and Sarah did.
Does it come together?
Like over here. Over here's the
It-
property,
it-
it's over here.
It starts
Well,
like
it
here and then
starts
goes
over
up
there.
here,
Yeah,
and then I think it it's,
You didn't draw it, did you, Jay?
you were on the email, but there's a copy of it.
I mean, I don't know, you wanna ask Taylor since, I don't know.
Yeah, I say Sarah drew it, but Sarah was relatively still new downstairs, so she had Taylor at the time help her draw it out.
would somebody step over and ask Taylor if she'd help us with that? I don't see the benefit of the survey other than if they're gonna change the quarter section. And a survey's not going to accomplish that, they're just basically gonna say, hey, this is not the right quarter section. There she is. Hey, this cruise property that, you know what we're talking about, when you drew that out, does it come together?
Yeah, it closes. It's just not, it's the wrong property.
Was it all the way the wrong property, or did it start down here and go all the way up to the I'm trying to remember.
No, it's completely wrong property. The legal description closes. It's just like down here and the property that was gonna be sold is up here.
But it starts down here.
Mm-hmm.
Could you draw something, kinda, do you remember,
Could
Yeah.
you print a map?
to show us?
Yeah. We might already have it drawn out, honestly, but yeah, if you give me a couple minutes, I'll draw it
Yeah,
out.
thank you.
You want the quick reference or the parcel?
Yeah, what's a quick ref?
Okay, I said, 8896. So I say that, don't I? I didn't really write it down.
I think that'll help us understand it better. Do either of you know offhand if this is in city limits?
It's up there in Empire,
Because I know that's a pretty good sized tract that he
the
has.
cruise.
If it's not in city limits, just barely on the outside of it.
The only reason I ask, eventually, if we don't get rid of it, it's gonna come back to our name. And then we're gonna be subject to mowing. I don't know that we've ever had that hit us, but if it's inside the city limits, we'd have that obligation. We don't want any property in our name that's not something we're using.
Roadside park, or get it, mowed too, you know,
Yes.
that's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. But Corey hasn't got rid of that yet.
No, he worked.
About a year ago or so, 2 years ago, they had a long list of properties you guys own all over the county. Churches and schools and everything else. I think that school at Scammon was one of them. You sold it, I think, at auction, but you guys had a lot of
Wow,
property.
I didn't realize that. School?
Yeah, it sold up there, the gymnasium and the basketball court and all that up there, Scannon sold, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you remember who the seller was?
Oh, no.
I think it was the county.
No,
He thinks it's us, the county.
I think the county owned it.
I don't know how we would have got that.
oh, they had, I know when it sold, it was part of the deal.
Might have been the school district, but I don't think so.
I would think the school district.
James lives on North Cleary.
The
What,
school.
Michelle?
James lives on North Cleary. That's inside the city limits.
Oh, thank you.
I said the address of this is on Hoover Lane.
That's inside the city
Is
limits.
it? Okay.
You got the aerial there? You got pictures?
I got my maps on my phone.
Google Maps.
Siri Maps.
He's only been in the CD once, the cruise, Jen
He's
Cruise.
never been in my office.
And
I
he's
know
very
he's been
nice.
downstairs.
I'm like, I
He's
don't
the
have-
postmaster at Baxter.
I just said, I don't have an answer, but contact your commissioner.
Yeah,
Because I
he
don't,
called me
I
2
say,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
I'm pretty sure he reached out.
Could they deed that to you, to the county? And then I mean, all in one transaction, and then you guys correct it?
Well, the owners are deceased,
Right. They can't deed it.
so they can't deed it.
and it's not the right property anyway.
Well, their heirs could, couldn't they?
Not without going through probate.
Probate.
Oh, that'd be another nightmare.
Yeah, that's.
This happens all the time where people
Yeah.
pass away and leave the land, they don't have any kind of estate plan in place.
I think there's been a nephew or a grandson that came
grandson
forward and wanted to try to do it, but
We've got little parcels and lots like that all over the county.
Which
That's right.
according to Chris, the grandson has no claim to it unless he would go through probate, because he technically cannot, according to Chris, legally wise, he cannot even redeem it off the tax law.
You've got a 4-inch wide piece of property in Baxter Springs that's a block long and 4 inches wide.
Hey, we had a guy that came down to the office. It's been a few years. He came in. He wanted to know about the blue building next door because he bought it at Tax Home. I said, "No, you didn't." He said, "Yeah, I did." And he said, "That's what they told me over at the clerk's office." I said, "No, the owner owns that blue building. The owner of this building owns that blue building." So I took his thing. I looked it up. There was a crack between the old city hall and Larry Oglesby's, and he bought the crack.
We have
And there's a
that.
lot of those.
Yes.
I think a couple of years ago or 3, they were gonna try to straighten that out, and they had the list, and it was
I've got
too
it,
much
you know.
of a mess.
Yeah, but I just
Trying to
printed
make
it so I had it while I was.
I've seen that happen. Maybe somebody split a lot and all the lots are 50 foot except that one corner lot, it's 52. And rather than saying the north or south half, they said the south 25 foot, thinking it was a 50 foot or whatever. And then there you are, 2 foot.
on the last tax sale, there was
Green
something by
area.
the boat club at Riverton, it was
Yep.
2 strips.
Well, there was, like he said, there was one in Baxter that the city of Baxter called me on because this guy was out measuring to told this lady she had to move out of her house, and he was putting a shed, and he bought a strip, probably 2 foot wide, the length of the property, and that was it. But it butted up to a property for the city of Baxter, and they were going to offer him what he gave for it at the tax sale. And
Didn't we have one at tax sale up in Weir or so that was a strip, just like 6 foot or something?
Probably. There's been many of those. There was one that went through, I think, the city of Galena's museum.
That one in Baxter was next door to the furniture store at one time.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
It was just 4 inches wide and a block long.
Wasn't it down by the American Legion or something?
No, it was right there where the West Coast Furniture used to
Well,
be.
there's something about the American Legion too.
Yeah, there's like
There's
a short strip by the
Or American Legion, I remember that issue.
I don't know how you'd straighten those out, but it would probably be a major undertaking.
I don't know.
I think there's some of the people, I think, survey and then combine them,
Where's this
right?
property we're talking about now? Where's it
North part of Galena.
at? Oh, up there in
If you go on Columbus, before you get to Oak Hill.
Okay.
When you're going on Columbus Street, coming from Galena, going up towards Oak Hill, when you're down in the valley, there's a road that goes back that way, and that's Hoover Lane.
Back Hoover Lane back that way.
Hoover Lane goes back to the east, but
Okay.
it's down in the valley before you go up the hill to go to Oak Hill.
That's where this, what we're talking about now.
Oh, is
Okay.
that where the mobile home was?
Yeah, there's one back up in there.
Okay. Who lived there?
I don't know.
That's where, remember Jeremy Bryant that got burned real bad when he was maybe 6th to 8th grade? I think that's where he grew up and where that happened.
So Jake, what happens to property that doesn't belong to anybody?
Well, what I see happen more than often than not is that somebody keeps paying the taxes on it, so there's just not good title, so they can't convey it. Otherwise, this is what happens. Nobody pays the taxes and it goes onto the tax sale.
That happened at the Skidmore, I think, they kept paying the taxes on that property.
It would be back behind, where the Sharps lived, like Ray Sharp that was my age. Mint Tags lived there.
Yeah.
Be back up behind them.
Come there at that church and that takes live right there, don't they?
The church is what's actually the legal description, ain't it?
I thought it had something to do with it.
I think it's around that church anyway. The west.
Because the legal description they provided is the church, isn't it?
I kind of think so. It's,
Okay, so this is roughly where the property comes up to. This is where it should be. So it's down here, it should be up here. I think we figured out the only way to get around it is to do a survey at this point.
Well, that's what Myra's trying to figure out how that's gonna fix it.
How does that solve the problem?
Can you
Yeah,
give
I'm not sure
insight
how
on
to
that?
do it.
Well, it's the wrong legal description was what was conveyed. So you'd have to have a new legal description for the property that was supposed to be conveyed.
You say the wrong legal description, did we give the wrong legal description to Wichita, or you're saying
It's
that
been on the
just-
deeds
that's
back
the
to
way
the
it is?
seventies,
Okay,
yeah.
so the wrong, go ahead, I'm not making sense of
Yeah, can you explain these to me?
Me or Taylor?
Anybody that knows what's going on.
Okay. So
So,
this is the one that should have been sold. And we
So
don't have
who
a
is-
description for this. The Smith, Harry. and-
West, I thought it was West.
I think it's Smith.
Let me have that.
So we don't have a description for this. The
Oh, just
description for this property
I don't know where I got
describes that. And it's been that way since like
the
'73.
issue is if that legal, if there's nothing conveying this and that split,
So they
how do they
found,
own it?
they found back in, Karen, you might have to help me out on this. They found back in the '70s
Yeah.
that it was all one big portion, and then in '73 it was split out. And from that point on, the wrong legal description kept being conveyed.
That person
Right.
owned the whole thing at one time, back in the '70s, and then they split out that corner for apparently these people. And it's been wrong ever since.
Jake, here's
But
all
is the one where they split it out, is that legal correct?
As
I think
far as
so.
I know, yeah.
Then why do we need a survey if we have a good legal?
That's what
It's for the
Cornerstone,
parent parcel.
I think that's what Cornerstone was gonna go back to, that parcel of its cruises now, because that was the good legal when it got split out.
They split out this part for the Smiths, right? So this, where Cruz lives now, this was all one big tract. And they split out this 2 acres or whatever it is.
And they wrote a bad legal.
Yes, that's when the legal was wrong from that point on. The parent parcel was the
Whoever
last
wrote
time
the
that the
legal.
legal was correct.
But I don't see how that's a good transfer
From
from
the '70s, I
from the
mean,
70s.
but now we're at the point it's gonna be,
Yeah, I don't think it really is a good transfer, honestly.
no, I don't think so.
Is there
But
something else we
But it
can
would,
do?
it got through.
I think Cruz has an argument that he owns it right now. Or nobody, I mean,
how much tax is
Thought about
against
that.
it?
It's not about
How many
money.
times?
Yeah,
That I do not know because I had already wiped them all off. I'm gonna have to have CIC get with me to put them all back on. He gave,
Would you have to go see a,
I mean, if you come to, if I were to sell you the 2 acres west of my house, and you come out and say, I'll pay you
he gave 1,100 for it.
30 grand for it, and I write up a legal that I sell you Myra's house,
you still own that?
and you, I mean, there's probably, adverse possession
Adverse
claims.
possession.
But the holder of that adverse possession is the heirs of whoever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think the cruises have been there long enough to claim adverse possession, so it would be somebody else.
Could they file suit, unknown heirs? Name the original people and unknown heirs? So-and-so now deceased.
For the tax sale?
No, I mean, if they pursued adverse possession, well, I know you're not here to give legal, I'll take that back. Who paid $1,100 for what?
The cruise paid $1,100 for that, to combine it with their property.
Oh, at the tax sale?
Yeah, they own all the property around it.
Okay. So, you wipe the taxes out, you say, what do you mean?
Because when you go to a tax sale, I apply whatever I can to the taxes, and then the rest get taken off, because you can't make,
Forgiven.
yeah, they're forgiven. So if I give him his money back and we gotta have it fixed or resell it or whatever, I gotta get the CIC to put all those taxes back on it.
So then it would go up for tax sale again.
Well, it can't because it's not the right legal.
How did we draw this out to begin with?
That's why I'd like
It was
to
split
see
off
the
sometime in the 70s, I don't know. Whoever was doing it then just did it incorrectly.
I still think the responsibility falls back on the people that do the,
They only have to go back 10 years, and it went farther back than that.
Of the attorneys?
no, the
The title people.
title.
He's saying the original title people, not the current ones.
Yeah, and
But I mean, I don't remember who made the deed, it could have
Yeah,
been.
but when they do
It could've been
those
you.
title
It
searches
could've
and
been
they
just
do
somebody off
that,
the
that's a
street.
forever thing. They have to maintain, somebody has to maintain that.
If you're figuring out who
If
it
they
was.
sell out or if they change ownership, I've seen those situations where they
Yeah, but
actually have to go back to
It
two
could
or
have
three
been, it could have
companies.
been a
sometimes.
it could have been a homemade deed. We see that all the time.
Well, I thought they said last week that there was a title company involved.
They did the tax sale
for
search.
the tax sale, and they
Well,
only
that has to be the title company then, if they
yeah,
gave
but
that
they only
clear
have to go
title.
back 10 years.
They did a search only, they didn't insure the policy.
Right.
They only did a search.
They're doing the search to make
I
sure who they
understand.
have to provide notice to.
Yeah. Boy. Comedy of errors.
Right, because that parcel number is gonna line up to that drawing on the map.
Right. Yes.
But the
And
legal
that
is-
parcel number is what was printed in the publication, but the legal description was also printed in the publication.
Because we print both. Or they print both, I guess. It's not.
So now that we know that the cruisers probably own it,
Well, where's the legal for this other parcel? Is
For-
that in here?
For the cruises,
I don't think so.
I don't think.
I don't think it's in there.
Because what did
I
they
don't know
take?
if I have a copy of it.
But I don't think the cruises, I mean, if you're thinking that, wouldn't it be the people that owned it in the 70s that first split it off, would they still be the technical owners? That's how you're looking at it?
they probably kept transferring the same legal description.
What do you two want?
This is one kind of want that. Want the cornerstone set. They're gonna use, they've got a lot to go through.
Because I think one of those might be the parent
deed
one.
that
but
the
I'm
cruises
not-
own now.
Being a deed, I'm not gonna say yes.
Since that's the split off of it. That's what cornerstone said.
Or if we only done,
Everything I sent
if
in.
we only printed the splits.
Looks like here you've got your parent parcel in 73, and then in 76, that's your split. Bottom one's parent.
Question I'm gonna ask the cruises is if they purchase title insurance, I can't imagine them not, after seeing what we have assessed valuation there.
I don't know how we can fix
Well, about the
this.
cruises.
The legal. Because I don't know how the Smiths own this, other than through adverse possession.
So you think you have quiet title suit instead? And who would be responsible for it if so?
And somebody gave them a clear title for that.
No,
tax
and that's, I
sale.
mean, you spend $1,700 on
And they
this
say, well,
property
we
sold
only have
for
to go
11,
back
I mean, I
10
get it,
years.
it's tax on it.
Why go back at all? I've owned my house for more than 10
Only
years,
thing
they would
is-
only look at mine.
Again,
I
it's
don't
just
think
not
that-
good
I
for
don't
us
think
on
that-
property,
Those
liability on
title
that.
companies that have got the law.
It's in city mowing.
Well, we don't own it. We didn't foreclose on it.
We don't, but if it continues to go for delinquent taxes,
Well, it already did.
well, yeah.
You owned it at that point, the court gave it to you.
Well, no, I mean, the court just gave you the right to sell it to
No, but
foreclose
that's-
on the back taxes.
That's the whole point, is they used the wrong legal.
Yeah,
I know.
So we didn't foreclose on it. Because you foreclosed on the legal description that's in your notice that you publish.
But you've been getting taxes on it for all those years too. You didn't get them because they didn't pay them, but
Well,
that
I think they
also.
probably quit getting paid when the people died.
I think
would
they just
say.
need to maintain it as if it's theirs, which it probably is, and it'll never come up as a tax sale. It's never gonna be in our name.
The legal description doesn't match the parcel number, right?
Correct.
So I'm just thinking my wheels turn different than those. Can you do away with that parcel number and just write a new legal description and attach it?
yeah, so I think just in the
Give a
conversations
new parcel
we
number with the
had,
right legal?
I think the only thing that you could really do if you wanted to fix it would be to apply all the taxes back to it, put it back on the tax sale list, pay someone to do a survey and get a good description for that property, post all the legal notices all over again with the correct description, and then resell it at the tax sale. I think that's all you can do. But who's gonna pay for those? Is the question. Cause did you get the prices for the survey?
$1,700.
Which is more than we even got for taxes.
Well, no matter what we did, it would have to start over, and we did.
Well, I'm not so sure the cruises might not pay the 17, because they really want the property. I mean, they're.
But then, the other question would be, if we pay for the survey out of pocket, can we then file it as like a special assessment, where that has to be paid if we sell it at tax sale? The
It'd have to be,
$1,700?
it'd have to be a lien, not a special assessment necessarily.
Mhm.
Well, if the cruisers just paid to clean it up when they've already bought what they thought was the property, it's just gotta mess up in the description.
But then you'd have to resell it all over again, because the notices were published with the wrong legal description, right?
Right.
So then they could pay for the survey out of their pocket and still run the risk of not getting it at the tax sale, because it would have to go up again.
And we do have some people that have run people up, that no interest, no,
Just to get on there.
yeah. just
Well, we have a lot of out-of-state people bidding sight unseen too,
Mhm.
California, Florida, and they're running them out.
So it kind of puts the cruises in a bad position.
That's why we were hoping that we could just do this, have the cruises do the survey and then combine it with theirs like they want and not have to worry about reselling it again, but with their own legal, they said that that's not an option.
Or you said resell it, do you have to put it on the back tax, sell, do you have to do that? Can you not just resell it, say $1? I mean, if you, yeah, what statute says that you have to put it back
Well,
on back tax?
We would have to do it by bid, Joni.
Would you?
You're the same risk.
Yeah.
Because the
So, yeah.
notice was put with the
Still
wrong
bid.
description.
Oh.
Yeah, they can't
So they could say the
properly
public wasn't properly notified.
No.
Yeah, and you gotta, if you're gonna sell it,
And I think they were only publicly served, I don't think they were personally served.
You know, this can't be the first time this has ever happened. There must be a way to solve the problem. Would
Well,
the
there's-
state be able to tell you if it's happened before?
there's always a way to solve a problem. It's just how much money you're gonna spend to solve that problem and who's gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's, like I said, I mean, I'll have people come in all the time, oh, the lot between me and my neighbor, they passed away and I've been paying the taxes on it, can you drop a deed for me so they can just sign it over to me? I said, they don't
have permission.
those people's kids don't own it until it goes through a probate process or there's some order making that conveyance, so they can't just sign a deed over to you.
Well, I thought that's why you had these companies give you that title insurance, but
It's not title
apparently,
insurance.
It's just a search, and we gave them the legal we had, which was,
I know, but that's what I'm saying, that it seems to me that the title insurance company has a responsibility to make that right.
They're only out, they'll refund you what you paid for the search, and that's it. That's all that they
Well, why have it?
insure.
It's not insurance,
not
it's just a
It's
title.
just a search. When you do a tax sale, it's just a search. They don't do full insurance on
They're
each
just
parcel.
finding ownership.
And being quick.
Yeah, they're just looking at that parcel to say, in the last 10 years, Karen Johnson owned it, before her it was Heather Sapp.
Just so you can figure out who you have to notify.
Right.
Jake, what would be wrong in having a conversation with Cruz? I'd be glad to talk to them to see if they would be interested in just getting their money back and that we're not gonna do anything. And they can act accordingly however they want. Because they do, I mean, they'd have to go see an attorney, but they've obviously got some strong
But
adverse possession.
But then we're gonna start this problem all over again, right? Because then we're just gonna apply the taxes back. And then go
Why
with
would
the
we
tax
do it if we
again.
know we don't have a good legal? Why
Well,
would
the
we-
taxes are tied to the parcel number.
That's what I think that's what they're talking about, is going back to trying to see if they wanna take it, since they may have, to go back to the parent parcel,
Back to the what parcel?
parent parcel, before it was split off, since the legal was wrong on it.
So I'm saying, at some point, this was cut out. But they used a bad legal, so I don't know how we ever drew this little box out here.
And it was back in '76.
That was back when
Because
they did
here's-
blue line mapping. They didn't use computers and do it digitally and everything. They were looking at paper printout maps.
Taylor's
Because-
thinking this one, we're thinking this is the parent, and then this one's the next one.
So if you're looking at it that way, then wouldn't it be the heirs and devotees of Jack and Joyce Turner are the owners of the property?
And being just a quick claim, there probably wasn't title insurance.
Correct.
I was trying to see if I knew the deed, but.
I said, I don't think you want those.
You being an ex-teacher ought to be able to doodle something a little
Oh,
more creative.
I know, I'm just like. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there any reason we should continue to pursue it?
Well, I think at some point we're gonna have to.
I think we have
We
to.
have
they would
We
never
have to
try to
fix
sell
this.
their
Why do
property.
why do we have to do so? Like,
Because it's gonna continue going on the tax sale over and over with the wrong description.
Because why,
Stop.
Taylor?
It would continue going
How-
on the
how
tax
can we
sale with the
stop it?
wrong description.
Only if
What's the
we put
parcel
it on
number,
the sale.
6688 or something?
Yeah, but you're not gonna be here forever. 10 years from now, somebody else might decide, why is that not on the tax sale?
Would you just control alt and delete that number and give it a new number to the correct,
Sounds good to me.
correct legal?
Well, if he joins that to his big piece, they will do away with the parcel.
But the problem then is you'd have to have the survey to get the right description first, or you could do the quiet title suit, but can you just leave it? I mean, cause it's gonna keep happening.
is it just a lot?
It's just that.
There's
How
not a
big
house
is
on
it,
it
Taylor?
anymore. Was there ever a house on it, or is it just?
I don't know if there was a house on it. I,
How old's
104
the
by
cruise?
208.
15 years? Well,
Big enough to build something on.
Yeah, we're using it for everything.
I know one time, many, many years ago, I was in Nevada and a guy came in my office and they have legals they run there to divert water. It's called a water diversion legal. If you drill a well, and he came in and said, well, you guys are they're drilling a well right in the middle of my living room and I wanna know why. And, you know, I don't know how they ever solved that, but this is exactly the same problem. Somewhere along the line, they put the number wrong, and I'm sure this can't be the first time that's happened.
probably not. I just think the only way to fix it is gonna be a survey. But it's gonna be who pays for the survey.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could survey it, because at the end of the day, whoever owns that parcel, taxes haven't been paid on it.
Right.
And we advised the cruises not to pay 2024s until we get this cleared up, because there was no need of them paying taxes on something that they technically may not own.
Do you think it was even conveyed, like, do you think that since it was the wrong description, do they even have an ownership in it? Did we convey anything to them?
Did we convey anything to them?
Yeah, when we sold it at the tax sale to them?
No, we didn't convey anything,
So they don't have any interest in it right now then?
not from buying it from us, because we did not foreclose on that piece of property, we foreclosed on this piece of property.
Right. Which is tax exempt, by the way.
No one knows you didn't be foreclosed on in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
So the property we foreclosed on, did we just muddy up the waters for that owner?
Kind of.
Who is that owner?
It's that church.
Empire Mission. Empire Mission.
Then, I mean, we created a big old problem there.
Mhm.
That puts a whole new light on it for me. We cause problem to an
Doesn't mean
innocent
we're
party.
in it.
Well, I
We're in
think
it.
you do an order there that sets aside that part of the tax sale, and that clears that up.
Well, however easy it is, it needs to be done. That's-
Well, I think that's what Chris says in here, it's just an order setting aside that part of the tax sale. So that clears, that's an easy one to clear.
Mhm.
But it doesn't solve what we do with that. But I guess I could see a world where that works, where we can go get another legal of it, but
Is there a way to get around it? I mean, is there anything else we can do?
what I'm saying is this, the cruises may own that, somebody else may own that those lines are just made up.
Mm-hmm.
So without going back and looking at all of the surrounding properties and what was sold and when it was sold and how it was described, to see if it overlaps any of that.
So you think the best thing to do then is to just give them their money back and just tell them to wait and go talk to an attorney about adverse possession and kind of throw our hands up?
I think step one of that is we gotta give them their money back, no matter what, because
Okay.
they paid for something that we can't sell them.
Right.
So I think that is a given. And what we do with it from there, we'll have to sort out.
Would the easiest financially way be to get a commitment for time insurance? So they do go back and dig and tell us what has to be done to remediate?
I would assume you could have the title company or surveyors go back and look at all of these.
The problem is gonna be that the title company is never gonna give you a commitment for insurance because that legal description does not match up with what's being taxed. So they're not going to willingly put themselves in that position where they know that a claim is gonna be paid.
That makes sense.
So the best you could probably hope for would be that maybe the crew's got title insurance and you could figure out from that point on where all the little pieces went. But I don't think anybody's gonna be willing to insure it.
And we didn't look at Cruise's
I didn't
deed to
look at their
see,
deed.
I said we didn't look at theirs to see if
I don't
they
even know how long they've owned it. They may not even be eligible for adverse possession yet either.
I said that was one, we wasn't looking at that one. I just have everything on the supposed split.
Yeah, because with that being wrong, I mean, how do we know any of these are right? Does it cut out that section?
Right.
That's what I'm saying, I think those lines are just made up.
Yeah, and there's no title company that would willingly put themselves in that.
Seems to me they already are.
I didn't see anything on any of those old deeds that looked like it was insured. So it was probably just an attorney created the deeds for them and they never got title insurance.
Just an attorney.
Here's all the rest of it.
So we end up finding out it's Jake.
I wasn't doing many deeds in 1994.
You were being kind, weren't you? I haven't heard a slam attorney joke for a while.
We were good.
Try to hold it back.
Used to be very proud of me.
If I was the Cruises, I just moved in.
Pardon?
Said if I was the Cruises, I just moved in.
I would too. But where does it put us?
And how can we collect taxes in the future?
That's a big question.
How much are taxes a year on that?
I'd have to go look and see what they were. I don't think
Honestly,
they're very
I
much.
think they paid more in court fees than they
Do you-
did in taxes,
You go
but
see, I see it.
I'd
Yeah.
start paying the taxes.
Is it
I'd put my fence and block it off.
Yeah. I don't think for
I know.
2024 they were $100.
I get the adverse possession block around with it.
That's
Then
what
that's
I would
why
do,
I-
but what do we do as a county to keep it?
As long as somebody's paying taxes on it, we don't care.
So just have them go ahead and pay the taxes.
I can't give them legal advice.
Or where would they start? With this year's or the back? To keep it out of a sale? Since that didn't properly go through a sale.
I don't want to go too far down that road, because I said that's me giving them
And then
advice.
let's go back far enough to get it off the tax. So,
But are you allowed to accept those taxes now?
If we take, since it's not on the sale anymore, then yes.
You can accept the back taxes?
Because it's not technically on the next sale, it'd have to be after the sale we're working on finishes, then I'd have to do it. So if we done it before that, then yes.
Can you find out what those are? No.
Yeah, say Taylor's looking to see what 2024s are, and then I'll have to go look and see how much was.
Cruises got it in 2000. 2005.
So they've only owned it for roughly 5 years.
Turn that over. Let's see who did it. So that's Jessica Charles.
So is Doug.
Who are you gonna charge the taxes to?
Same people been billing. Whoever that is,
Well, they're dead, they said.
They are, but
There's
anybody can pay the taxes.
yeah.
If Joni wanted to go pay your taxes just to be nice, she could.
Oh, well, you wanna do what, Johnny?
No, I don't.
And it's not up to county to keep up with deaths.
So Jake, do you think if we drew that, had somebody draw that out, maybe it will include that piece in that?
I would draw out what the Cruises bought.
Are they not being billed, or not they, or is that parcel not being billed twice?
Well, that's what, with this, that's.
Maybe. We haven't drawn this out?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think we should do
Well, the
that.
one parcel's not getting charged because it's the tax exempt for the church. The wrong.
I think we should draw this out. That's gonna take a while, so.
Taylor can do that. She's good.
That's what I do now.
Yeah, they were not knowing what the past taxes were, but for this year, for 2024, they were only $84.
Oh my goodness.
In 2016, they were $25.74, and then the taxes apparently, I'm not gonna say that. From 17 to 2023, they were forgiven because of the tax sale. But I don't know how many of these prior years might have been paid with tax sale funds without pulling all the receipts. Taylor just gave me printouts of what the taxes were. Since '97, it's never went over $52, it looks like. So they ain't very much a year. So then, I'd say it's just an empty lot.
I don't know if it's in the city limits.
Michelle said yes.
Yes, it's inside the city limits. Oak Hill Cemetery, the south wall, no, the north wall of Oak Hill Cemetery is city limits. And if you are over on Wood Street, it would be, I'd tell you Bill LaTurner's fence, but you don't know Bill LaTurner's, you don't know who Bill LaTurner is. But it was Bill LaTurner's south fence was the city limits.
That's east.
Yeah, I could show you on a map where Bill LaTurner used to live.
City of Galena owns right next to it
So
also.
you're close to city limits.
Oh yeah, my driveway, yeah.
You're in city,
No,
just the driveway.
I exit my driveway and go outside the city limits, yes.
Corey, that's the craziest water setup.
Huh?
Right there.
I'm completely surrounded by people that are
In the city limits,
and I'm
but
not.
they continue on north, and how many are on that water line that,
I have 4 water meters on my property.
Somebody made a little district
It's
out
it's the city of Galena, but I have 4 water meters that go north of me. There's me, Lee Howard, and I'm not for sure if Clow's house is. I don't know if that's Trey Clow's house anymore. It used to be Clow's on that side of the road.
side.
Yeah, that used to be Clow's when my kids was little. I don't know if they are. I think they are, and then the one south of me is.
so
I mean, north of me is.
those guys are responsible for quite a bit of line.
Uh-huh. And then when the Woodcocks moved in across the street, their water meters are on their side of the street, on their side of the road. Prior to that area where the Woodcocks moved in, they had a well.
Man of wisdom.
Where?
So that you don't have title insurance.
Well, I don't fully understand that title insurance does anything anyway. If they're not looking at where the lines are.
Do you know where Gary Rose built them new houses over on Wood Street, Corey? north of there is where city limits is. There's a trailer that sets at an angle like this. There's a field just this side of it with a fence. That fence line is the city limits.
I didn't realize Galena, their city limit line was out that far.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief. Whose house there?
And then at the south, Schermerhorn is annexed in.
I don't think so, really.
There's a lot of it that's annexed in right there. It didn't used to be, but Kevin went through and annexed a lot of that in because they wanted city sewer. So that was part of the thing. If you're going to get city sewer, you're going to be annexed in. So.
Hey, Michelle?
Oh, no.
Excuse me.
So is everything on Main Street all the way to Schermerhorn in the city limits now?
It's a lot. I know that Judy LaTurner,
Okay.
she was upset because they made her annex in. She didn't want to be inside the city limits, and they made her annex in. And all along there, along Main Street, was supposedly annexed in back when Kevin was city attorney. In the last 18 years, because it happened while I was at the Sentinel. We'll just put it that way.
Sewer?
Yes.
They must have a lift station down there somewhere.
I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, it's not been Kevin's not been city attorney for a few years, so.
Everything they made.
Might not be for a while.
It was before, it was a few years before 14, I can tell you that.
Because if that was the deal, they got city sewer, they'd have to annex in. If they annex all in, you'd think they would have to give them city sewer.
Land profit.
Mm-hmm.
And with tips and everything, they ended up coming home with like $288.
Hey, while we're waiting, can we change gears again just to let Joni take care of this, because she's got a place to. Joni, come on up for you want to show Jake what you have as you explain?
Property was purchased in 2003. At that time, when and ever since they purchased it, the sewer has been put on the taxes because they, as many of them feel, that their mortgage company paid the sewer bill. Why they always felt that way, I have no idea. We've talked about this before. Her husband died unexpectedly a couple of years ago. She's asking that we take the sewer bills off so she can pay them separate from her taxes. She's asking if special assessment can be taken off, which is the sewer, and she makes payments directly to me, monthly payments plus her current to get caught up. And special assessments from 2019 to current. Which I didn't put sewer on in 23 current.
you a 5-minute executive for attorney client with Joni.
And that's for a 5-minute, do you want Joni?
Yeah.
5-minute executive session, attorney-client with Joni Hicks present and counsel, and return at 10:20.